What's up, peeps? So in this video, we'll be talking about how to invest in the stock market as a beginner in Jamaica. Right? I made a few videos about this, but people still ask me. So here is version 2 of it. I must say after jump that I do have an investing course. It is 10K and you can find it on Economics. I'll just leave the link in the description. So that's out of the way. Without further ado, here's how to start investing as a beginner in Jamaica. So if you're not interested, stick around. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend. And with that said, let's begin. First thing first, I'm sound weird. Yes, I'm sick. But why you can look at what I say as I guess starting point is because I actually have proof of all of my stuffs. One, the stock market has helped me to get a lovely car. Was it help
So,
with the deposit?
Mr.
Uh,
Grant,
so
how
yeah,
you feeling?
help with
What
the
type of car
deposit
is
on
it,
a
by the
lovely
way?
car. 2000, let me get this tablet, which my same final receipt, I think it's probably a little under $250,000. But yeah, most of this was from IPOs and some trading. In addition to, you can like just check back on my videos. I do make some recommendations and they've been popping off. So there is that. But let's assume say you don't know me, you don't know about the market, but you see I'm interested in learning how to actually invest. So what is the stock market? Alright, so you can think of the stock market as a digital representation of a physical company that is in operations. And the stock market allows us to own part of said company. And when the company make profit, it can decide to give us a part of said profit, which would come in the form of dividends. So that would essentially be what dividend is. Or you can, let's say, you buy the stock at $1 and the company been going good, and basically the good news that has been going around and the financial statements that have been circulating allow the value of the company to go up, which would allow your said $1 that you paid for the stock to turn $2, $3, etc. etc. So that's the two main ways that people in Jamaica make money. But of course, investing comes with risk. So if you even say the company make much money, you might not get any dividends. Alright? And if the bad news continues, the value of your $1 may now turn 50 cents, 75 cents, etc. etc. And yes, that's just a rough overview of the stock market because it is much more complicated than that. But we're just easing it in. And I have several videos about the stock market, different type of stocks, etc. etc. But this is just an overview to get you started, and then you can venture out on your own afterwards. So you can stick around, subscribe, easy me, and I'll drop content. Now, if you reach this part of the video, you are somewhat at least interested in the stock market. So how would we actually get started in this magical world of gambling money? In order to get access to the Jamaica Stock Exchange, you will need a broker. On JC, you have several brokers, alright? But the two brokers that I personally use the most is, well, one is JMB and the other one is JN Fund Managers. And of course, each broker has them perks, them pros, and them cons. Alright, so the pros with JN Fund Manager is one, they have better research um update. So if you actually want a good set of research information before you actually invest, I feel like they're the better company that does the better analysis. In addition to, like, whenever doing my relative valuations as relates to when I'm comparing stocks to get like a figure as to what I invest in, I use their sheet that they post every Friday with the updated set of information, which is very good because you get daily information, but on Friday you get some a little bit more with, like, companies that you can invest in. When I buy, I don't really see them to sell, but they'll put buy recommendations and give you like snapshot of each company, their financials, etc. etc. There's that. Two, you can apply online for an account. And three,
it's only 5,000 I've actually applied online for Jane Fund Manager account. The primary platform they use to like buy and sell stocks on your behalf is JTrader, which is the most dominant broker most of these brokers actually use. So there's that. The only thing I don't necessarily like per se is the friction as to how they take to get your money. Because in order to get money over to your JTrader account, you have to send the money directly to fund manager's account, and then you put a notation to say, hey, put this amount of money in my XYZ account. That's the only issue that I have with it, honestly. So there is that. I know with JMB issue, well, JMB to open the account is $25,000. So off the bat, it's way more expensive to open the account. $25,000. JMB has their designated platform that they invest in, but you can also use JTrader. But designated platform, I think what's best with JMB is that you'll get the best price possible. So they'll try to execute each trade within the platform before they go on JTrader first before. And also the platform is very easy to use. Like I can literally buy stocks in less than 30 seconds. So there is that. Other thing is you can also apply online. Personally, I prefer to go in person because the customer service is very good. Not going lie, they don't give you that, you know, kind of discrimination based on how you look or etc etc. That you know evidently. Some people know how some when they go certain banks them, you know. Yeah. But yeah, customer service very good. 10 out of 10. Also, as it relates to JMB, when you open an investment account, just open a check-ins or a savings account, preferably a checking account, because what going to happen is that when you open a checking account, you can literally avoid the same issue that you'd have with fund managers. Then you have to transfer the money to a specific account, etc. etc. When you get the checking account, you can literally just deposit the money at their ATM, and then from that you can literally just send over the money to your investment account. And yeah, the only kicker is JMB deposit. JMB ATM as it relates to deposit almost never work. Almost never work. If you go there 10 times, after 10 times, it probably only work 2 times. So that is the only thing I have with them. Plus, I don't know if maybe something I don't sign up to or anything, but I don't get much research information from JMB. After a fact, I can't even last I get any research information from JMB. So I guess maybe I have to go directly upon the platform and see what they're researching on, etc. etc. So yeah, those are the two brokers that I personally use. Alright. Um
And of course, our investment account essentially is similar to a bank account in a sense. So you're going to need a few things for the know your customer policy that all financial institutions across Jamaica must legally follow. So one, you're going to need one form of valid ID. So it can be passport, driver's license, national ID, I guess NITS, however other can start use. You need a proof of address. Now this can be a utility bill, a bank statement that is not older than 6 months. Now I started investing at the age of 18. I never have nothing or redemption there. So what I did was I wrote a letter to myself and then let the post office mail it to me or pick it up at the post office. And then you can use that as proof of your address. So yeah, you can Google for write a letter to yourself. Yeah. The third thing that you're going to need is proof of income. How you get money for buy stocks. So you're going to need a payslip. But if you don't have a payslip and as I say you're 18 and you just start school or you just the college or so you're still interested, you can get it from your parents. You can make your parents just write say, hey, I'll be the person funding your account, and they would have to provide their payslips and etc. etc. So now that we have successfully opened our account, what we're going to do, first and first, have to understand the type of investor that you are. And how I categorize investors is three. You have a stable investor, a dividend investor, and a growth investor. Alright, so stable persons are persons that are normally relatively older and might have a decent amount of change, or better yet, let's say a person that is not as much of a risk taker, basically. So they'll choose safe stocks that have been on the market for years, and have proven to be a safe bet, which is they have a higher probability of maintaining or going higher than losing value. Right? So that's stable. Dividend stocks is everybody's favorite, which is what I am currently, for the most part. It's just persons that like to get money from the investments that they have made. So, like one of my favorite stocks, everybody know this, is the toll road, and they pay dividends. They pay about 6 or 7% dividend currently. So, means them put $100 each year, I get back 7%. Yeah. There's also no the growth investor, which is self-explanatory. Is really companies that they're going to invest in companies that have high potential for growth, meaning that you have a higher trajectory for it to grow, which are typically smaller companies. However, you have some big companies that also have the growth trajectory in front of them as well. So growth stocks are normally for persons who are more risk taker, because younger companies tend to fail faster. So there's that. But if you're willing to stick it out, then yeah. So once you come to a conclusion, then you can figure out what type of investor you are. There's also no restrictions on the fact that you want to be bought. So currently I'm a dividend, but I dabble in the growth as well. And you can be vice versa. So you can be two or both, or even all three, based on your preference of a portfolio. So where you want 30 30 30 balance out. So there's that. So let's say, for example, you're a dividend investor, but you need, before you even invest, everybody's supposed to do them research, alright? Don't just take YouTube analysis as be all in all, because they are not licensed. Well, most of them not licensed. Um, yeah. So do it that way, maybe. But you can look on the financial companies and learn a little bit about them. Bet it, I do not solid. I'm going to explain financial statement a little bit. So, come, we're go on this.
All right, so this is a financial statement outline. So the three main financial statements that an investor should know about. There's a fourth one, which is really just the change in equity and ownership of the company, etc. etc. We don't really focus on that. We focus on these three statements. So these three statements are, you have the balance sheet, the income statement, and the cash flow statement. And each of these basically help each other, vice versa. So yeah, so with these three financial statements, so you have current assets, and you have non-current assets. So you have current, and you also have non-current assets or fixed assets, whatever you want to say. The same thing for liabilities. You have current liabilities and non-current liabilities. The current just means anything under a year. And forgive the handicap and writing, we can't do better. Finger them no work. Anyways, so you have, so current just means under a year. So under a year, if you use up those assets, say, maybe like maybe pins and them things there, and then long term it'll be like house and building and them things there we have. And then the same thing for liabilities. Liabilities we are gonna use up under a year for current, and then long term liabilities are like the way I pay off over the course of the year. In addition to the fact that shareholders equity is also the other thing that is on the balance sheet, which just shows how much money was initially invested in the company for keep it running, and then also it shows how much profit it retained from the company over the years. So yeah. The other one now is income statement. Report showing a company's earnings and spending during a set time. Indicate profit or loss. This really straightforward. This show the money where the company make, and this show the expenses to actually make said money. So this are the expense to make this money, and then what left now, which should have be the change. No, you pay all your loans them, and cause this interest should have be loans in a way. Then you have tax, and you have to pay tax as well, and you have to pay depreciation of assets. So like car, I lose it value each year. And amortization is the same like depreciation, but more for like digital stuff. So, like if you have a pattern where I go expire. So them something there. So after you get all of those expenses out of the way, you really are gonna just have net income, and that really now we use to actually, share up to investors where you get dividend on them some there. Dividend on them some there. So yeah. And then cash flow statement now, which is the third and sometime probably the more complicated one to generate and finalize. But the grand scheme of thing is really just a record of the cash coming in and going out of the company, showing its liquidity over time. And then this is relatively simple, as you said, because a cash flow has three main parts. This is all the money used this year to make money. I don't know why I'm writing rough. Anyways, and then the cash I'm investing, it can be positive or negative. It can be investments are pour in investments pouring in, or it can also be out. So you may spend money to actually buy an investment, or you can get dividends from your investing. And in this are really just paying off loans, or sometime in very rare occasions, you may get cash back. Like, yeah, that's the best way we can have a cash back for company. So that are really the three big hitters for understanding a financial statement. And yeah, this was from Barry, so post it. So yeah, shout out to Berta. Anyways, yeah, so cash flow, income statement, balance sheet. This shows a snapshot. This is a snapshot. This shows how they made the money basically, and this shows which part the money go basically. So yeah.
Now, heights of is reached and kept. Sometime actually going through company financial statements, especially if you're supposed to go really, really in depth with it, might be tedious. Sometimes you might just want like a quick understanding of what the company are going with, how it stay, etc. etc. And there are several investing apps and websites for Jamaicans, but the main three, or at least the three that I really use, is one, JSC. I made a video on how to understand JSC. Two is Simple Wall Street. And with Simple Wall Street, it really shows you like the health of a company. Right? So it shows you the financial metrics, but it also shows you the health of the company. It gives you like it gives you a visual representation of what the company look like compared to every other company in the world, essentially. And that is where the kind of downfall um, I don't necessarily like with Simple Wall Street is that the metrics that they use to compare Jamaica stock market is international. It just means that the actual, like real metrics for Jamaica not going to be as accurate as I would like it to be. So you know that the evaluation going to be a bit off sometime. But outside that, you can find out shareholders in the company, what it's been doing, its dividend payout, etc. etc. You can go check out that app. It is good. Alright, it's just real the valuation of the company I'm not necessarily a fan of. And the last app, which I've seen it, but I've actively ignored it, to be honest. But it has proved to be a very good app slash website because they have both. This is everything that Jamaica Stock Exchange should have been, but is not. Alright, so this shows you several metrics. It shows you the history of the company, gives you the financial companies in a simple visual representation. It gives you background information. It shows you whenever dividends are going to be paid out, whenever you have board meetings. It's like a beautiful calculator. And yeah, I'm excited about it because, full discretion, I'm technically supposed to be ambassador for it as yet. I don't get my link yet, so I can get free things or at least get the subscription cheaper. I don't get that as it, but the free version is still good. And you can also pay for it if you really up. I think it's like $10 or $15. I never plan for $30, which I feel like is the best one if you're actually serious about investing. You can just even try it out for a month. But if I do get my link, I will make you guys know so you guys can get the discount. Um, yeah, so we will figure that out. I know I don't know how long this video is because I recorded it in several pieces. But the last thing as an investor is the mindset of an investor. Here's the thing. I can show you how to get rich. The only kicker is going to be slow. Personally, I never necessarily have a guide, so I made several mistakes. I had to fight through a lot of mental struggles as it relates to I investor because I'm going in blind first in your family per se. So yeah. So my aim is essentially to just kinda eliminate all of those hurdles that I had to face initially and I had to figure out on my own. So there is that. But the last thing on my list, at least the last step that you'll need, so now you know what is the stock market, you have a broker, you have the apps, for actually look at companies, um, and invest. Alright. The last thing that you're going to struggle with, especially if you're doing it alone, is the psychology of an investor. Just get over your fears. To be honest, I can't tell you how much persons, the person that I know in real life, that come to me and say, yo, I want to learn to invest, but they never actually do. Never actually take the time out to actually make the effort. Alright? They'll say, yeah, they might do it because they'll say, oh, I made a big stride or something, or this is the market going way up, but they never actually do. So, just get over it and just do it. Alright? There's this phrase that my father said to me actually, and it only seems hard because it is new to you. Once you've got accustomed to it, it'll become easy just like everything else. Alright, so no, when I just started, I was excited. So I never was afraid. However, I never knew what I was doing. So I had to try new things. Struggled there and made better strides there. The only beauty of it was what I was losing at that time felt like a lot to me in that moment. So when I lost my $10,000 for investing in a particular stock, and I said you lose everything, you lose like 3 grand out of the 10 grand, feel some type of way. But you can see my things. No, if I should take that percentage loss, yeah. But at least I know what to do now. So basically, that's what it is. I just believe that the stock market is somewhere where the average person can use their 9 to 5 and help them build an actual future by generating revenues for themselves. It might take long, but at the end of the day, night. Sorry, at the end of the day, it going to be you're doing. Like, it not gonna matter how long you take after when you can sit down and literally retire. It means having companies working and making money for you on your behalf. So, yeah. Because every other metrics, you want to start real estate, you're going to need a lot of capital. If you want to start a business, you're going to have the will to actually follow that you're doing a business. So, it's the best way I see. Now, the other advice I can give is find other investment friends. Alright, find other investment friends so your journey don't seem alone. You have several groups. I'll try to lead. Oh, this video going to have 1,000,001 link. I have a community group on Telegram. I know Oreen has a Telegram group as well. You have Blue Collar Finance as well. What else? You have Learn, Grow, and Invest as well. Yeah. So I have several groups where you can like reach out. But the best set of persons to invest in is somebody who you know directly and talk to them. You can reach out to me on social media. Granted, I'll be really text, but I'll reply. If it's something where I see that you want some help or something that can steer in that direction. So you can reach out on Telegram, TikTok, Instagram. Yeah. So if you have a course, then you can reach out to me on WhatsApp, but that different. So my advice to you as we've come to a close is just make the millions, you see me, and just give me some money. That's true. Just make the millions and just vibe, like just vibe. So yeah, as I say before, stock market can help you get rich. However, it can be slowly. Alright? But as the great Govy did want to say, slow money is better than no money. So me I say we can anyways. Say anytime you feel like it get rough and thing, just remember that discipline is freedom. I'm gonna say it again, discipline is freedom. If you don't get it now, repeat it until you get it. You'll get it eventually. Discipline is freedom. It is better to do something of your own free will or be forced to do it. But yeah, so as I say, I've made several stock videos on how to get started, etc. etc. So you can just check them out. Alright. Um yeah. But if you want something that is much more structured and explained and a bit funny, honestly, the you can go buy my stock course. Yeah, I support use them too. Is me the Hungry Belly is here. But yeah, I'll leave all links in the video description. Of course, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, friend to friend. But that's it as always. Love you guys. Catch you in the next video.